2.79 crore worth of Defender. This is the Defender OCTA from the Land Rover group. It's been making a lot of noise because the fight is picked with the big daddy of the SUV, the mighty G Wagon. Does it hold up? Well, we'll come to that later and let's decide that at the end of the video. But this is something which is definitely making a lot of heads turn. Why not? Look at the proportions. It's menacing from the front. It's wide arches, the headlight, even the grille, everything is very monstrous. It's like, you know, you've got a battle tank to your garage, and when you drive this on the road, it is going to crush everything that comes on its way. In fact, nothing will come on its way. From the regular Defender, the size has been elongated. It's more widthier, more lengthier. Even these tires are monstrous. Now, OCTA means a shape of a diamond, and generally OCTAs represents very shiny stuff. Now, this is the character of a Defender. You know, you throw a Defender on rocks, on flowing rivers and all of that stuff. This is where exactly you've got. But there is a character flaw here, because this 2.5 ton beast can do 0 to 100 in 4 seconds. Now 4 seconds 0 to 100 is something that we're not used to for a Defender, which means that the engine is V8 mild hybrid, which is sourced from BMW. So basically it's the heart of a German and the body and character of an Englishman. Now that's a lethal combination. If you look from the side, it's a very no-nonsense, one single approach. It's a regular Defender. It's just been stretched a little bit, that you can see. The approach and departure angles are again much larger. I mean, you can literally take it to, I mean, this has been tested 13,000 times for obstacles and for a lot of things. So this is really, in true sense, a battle-ready SUV. This thing is a typical Defender. The size, the shape is the OCTA. They mention this is the design of the OCTA, which is placed here. This edition one, the badging is right there. Now, let me show you from the rear. Isn't this very gigantic? I told you. And this tire just makes this more menacing. You know, if you reverse this and you bang into something, nothing will happen to the car. Trust me, because this tire will act like a big boxing glove. It will just knock everyone which comes on its way. Jokes aside, it's a very big towing hook. I'm just wondering if this gets stuck, you need something really heavy like a crane to lift it out. Also, in terms of design, these 4 lights which are there, you know, when you brake, it really looks very, very neat, and the design is very, very macho. But this tire also obstructs your view from the rear view mirror. Yes, when you're driving, you don't get a very clear view from what's behind you. I mean, people will be behind you, but you'll be ahead of them. Now, one thing which I don't like about the G63 also, that in spite of its huge size, just like this Defender OCTA, the rear passengers don't get that comfort. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. You see, that's all the space you have. I'm 5 feet 10 inches. You can see I don't get that much breathing room as I should get because of its size. Otherwise, I'm happy. But given the size, when you look from the outside, when you go inside, it's like, you know, you look at something very big, when you enter, it's very small. But the door, it's tank quality. It's that metal which, if something impacts from the side, that piece of machine or whatever it is, going to get scratches. It is actually, a lot of technology has gone in its driving dynamics, 60 and all of that stuff. All of that have to be tested. So let's get to work. Now when you long press this, the OCTA button, it becomes red here and it becomes red there. That means now we are off-road ready. And as you can see, we have managed to reach somewhere which is not the right atmosphere, and the Defender is doing it very, very easily. All the approach, departure angles comes into play. Well, the question is that will you take a 3 crore plus machine to something like this? In India, if you have gone on the wild, sometimes you might land up reaching somewhere which is this kind of environment. But there the Defender OCTA will take you out from this situation without a sweat. But I don't think anybody in the right mind is going to take this or the G63 to do something like this. You'll rather resort to something like a Mahindra Thar to doing a real off-roading. But is it capable? Yes. But will you go for it? I'm not sure. If I'm the one who's paid that much money, I'll never take my baby to this kind of a rocky situation. Who will say that I'm driving a 2.5 ton monster truck on these winding roads? This is the advantage of the Defender OCTA, because it's got power on tap, it's got that capability to go into the wild. At the same time, it can do mile munching on a highway and catapult itself in 4 seconds. Yes, that's a different feeling that you're almost driving on the second floor of a multi-story apartment, because this thing ain't looking any meaner because you're sitting way above anything. So this might give you a distorted sense of view and sense of ownership of everything around you. Now, this is something that should be taken with a pinch of salt, because there are bigger things just like this truck which is passing by me, but I have passed by it in an equal height. That's what the size and proportions of Defender does. But when you're driving it and when you're throwing it around the corners, you don't get that feeling at all. It's very nimble. Let's talk about the steering. It's a huge steering. Now, this is something which is proportionate to the size of it. But in terms of feeling, it doesn't give you that chunky feeling. It's not also very precise. It needs to have some weight around it. Throw some dumbbell around it so that you know that you are driving this mean of a machine. This is like a baby toy. And there is some sense of falseness. You see, if I do this turn, the car is not even moving. It should be very precise, because the kind of money you're paying, and if you're going to take this to the track, then it needs to just be going in the direction where I'm pointing, even with a slight flick of my wrist. That's not happening. In terms of visibility, it's dropped down, everything is looking down and everything is very, very in your line of sight. I love it because you see both ends of the bonnet, because in a car of this size, you need to see where the ends meet, because this gives you a sense of right direction, otherwise you'll end up bumping and scratching things around you. The rear view mirror visibility is not that good because the tire is taking half the wind space, so that's something which could have been adjusted. Maybe they could have given us a camera feed, which they have actually, so that makes it very interesting. Now I can see things very, very clearly. This is good job, Defender. Going through potholes and broken roads is really a very accomplished. It's more like the Range Rover SV, where it absorbs more things than it actually throws at you. So they have done a great job with the 60 dynamic suspension system, which really soaks in and articulates, and the weights blended with the chassis, it's phenomenal. That is undoubtedly the thing. The OCTA mode, you saw what we did with the OCTA mode at the off-road patch. It really gives you take the control of the car. It has adjusted everything so that you can just give the steering input, give some acceleration and go about your business. Now all the controls in front of me are very neatly stacked here, though it is at arm's length because the width of the car is huge. The screen in the center could have been bigger because this looks like an afterthought. Honestly, this could have been much bigger, though the resolution is very crisp, very, very neat, and all the functions, all the buttons are there, all the controls are right in front of you. If you want to make the ESC off, the button is given right here. The modes, everything is well structured, from the gutsy transmission cradle to the pumping pop shafts. It's all built like a Marvel villain's exosuit. High tensile steel flexes its muscle in the rear differential, and the exhaust, it's tuned like a rock star, growly but won't drown if things get really splashy, because this beast wades more deeply than any Defender ever has. You see, the suspension is so smooth. Now, this is where the 60 Dynamics air suspension comes in. Borrowed from McLaren style thinking, the system ditches traditional anti-roll bars for hydraulically linked dampers. It eliminates all body rolls, pitch and dive. Whether braking, cornering or catching air, the OCTA keeps its composure like a yoga master in a sandstorm. The powering the Octa is a 4.4 litre V8 twin turbo and it's mild hybrid, but it's a fuel guzzler. It's petrol engine, and I'm telling you, if you're looking for fuel efficiency, then you definitely need to look elsewhere. In spite of it having a mild hybrid characteristics, it has going to guzzle fuel like as if you are a camel in a desert. It just sips. I've already had one tank full and I've not even distanced many kilometers, so let's not go there. But if you're spending that kind of money, then we should not also be talking about it. This is something that you enjoy on the road. You drive hard, you enjoy on a broken patch if you dare to take it. This summarizes the Defender OCTA in 3 words. There is nothing like it. It competes with the Mercedes G63. It's a very big boot to fill. In my eyes, it's a very legendary brand, and even to go near there, it would take some time. But it's got its own character right now. And if you have been a Defender fanboy, and if you've got some more money stacked into your pockets, then this is the one which should really quench all your desires, and you can park it in your home. In fact, you can sleep with it also and go for a cross-country trip, go to war with all of this in this. Now let me pull over and summarize the OCTA for you. Nothing better summarizes the Defender OCTA than this present scenario. Tarmac, broken patch. That's what a Defender OCTA is supposed to be. Now the normal Defender is also very capable. Why should you pay additional 1.5 crores? Yes, that's the kind of money you will shell out to get the OCTA badging. It's got performance, but do you need that kind of a performance? That's something that only you can answer. It does compete with the G63, but G63, as you've discussed, is a legendary vehicle. In terms of looks and dimensions, it's different. They both are different, but one thing going for Mercedes G63 is that it's more luxurious inside. This thing feels more functional. It's not anyway cheap, but it's not luxury. You can't qualify a Defender OCTA as a luxurious SUV. Now, if you're looking for something which has so much of power on your tap, which is also a monstrous size, which can go ballistic on a straight line and also can break a jungle, then the OCTA is the only one which will make sense. There's nothing like this in the market today, even for that price. They have definitely given us something to rejoice. This is, as I said, it's the brain of a BMW and the heart of a Englishman. Now that's the combination the Defender OCTA comes with. I'll leave you with your final thoughts and I'll see you in the comments. But if you've stayed so far, it won't harm to give us a subscribe. And do share this video with your friends. Whether you buy or not, an opinion is definitely required. I'll see you in the next one.